Welcome back to The Talk Tonight. If you've been to downtown Syracuse recently, you may have noticed that some of the parking garages are becoming outdated. Two parking structures, specifically in the city of Syracuse, require substantial repair. An engineering study finds it would cost taxpayers $2.7 million to fix all the structural problems, improve surveillance cameras, and take other measures to make the garages safe and secure. The parking structures, though, only bring in about $2.4 million. In our talk tonight, we're wondering if you park in the garages downtown, and if you don't, what elements would you like to see changed?
Well, first of all, I have to start out by saying I think people complain about parking in Syracuse far more than they should.
Of course.
You know, it's one thing to complain about it being a little snowy or cloudy. We know that's true. But parking in Syracuse is actually more affordable and easier than any city in the country that's at least our size and certainly bigger. I mean, if you look at Destiny, for example, you park at one end of that lot and walk to the other and around, you probably end up walking a few miles. But we won't park at City Hall or walk to Armory Square.
Where did the expectation, particularly in Armory Square, come from? It's existed for the 12 years I've lived here, that you have the right, it seems, to park directly in front of the restaurant where you're going to eat. There's this sense, though, that we are.
It's the shopping plaza suburban mentality. That's where it comes from.
There are actually 14,000 public parking spots downtown, in the garages, on the street. So there are certainly plenty of places for people to park. But the issue here is, are these garages safe? Are they secure? Are they up to date? Today, the DPW commissioner told our Jim Kenyon, yes, they are safe, they are secure. They do need a bit of a facelift, though.
Well, for sure. And what they may need is a private company coming in and running them.
Yeah.
And that's the question some people are raising.
I mean, this dilapidation didn't happen overnight. I mean,
No,
the city, to a large degree, neglected its parking garages for years.
A good way to compare this is if you go to Syracuse University and the campus there, they've built a couple of garages in the last 5 years or so. The one particularly on University near Madison, kind of along the connective corridor now, right below the Whitman building. You go in there, it feels solid. It looks like there's not exposed steel, for example. You see the concrete. It looks like it's going to be there for a good 30, 40, 50 years, doesn't it? I mean, and maybe these other ones did too, but
it's well lit.
But it does give you a sense of a little more openness, a little more security, and safer. And I think that's the feeling you want when you go into all the garages in Syracuse.
But then listen to the numbers that we told you right off the top that Jim brought to us today. The city would actually lose money by making these upgrades to the parking garages. An interesting fact, in my hometown in Kansas City, there's an area called the Plaza. You can park in every single parking garage for free. And you know who pays for it? It's all those retailers. They each pitch in, a certain amount a month, and everyone can go down there and shop and eat their hearts out for free. And you know what? That place is the most vibrant shopping and dining community.
Do they have major retailers there?
Oh yes,
right.
Major like Neiman Marcus, big-time retailers.
And that's probably the
bigger
big key
ticket, bigger corporations, and obviously the small Armory Square shops couldn't bear that burden.
Well, right, and that's part of the problem.
But I like that idea though. And that would cultivate more business.
And maybe
too.
if we start seeing more development downtown and we get some bigger names in there, Urban Outfitters came in not too long ago. Maybe if we get some of these bigger tenants, they might be able to support that someday.
What the city did with the atrium parking garage, got a facelift.
Yeah.
Nice paint job on the outside, more lighting inside. It has become a more palatable place to park. Right there near Mr. Shop, right there, Kitty Hoynes is on the corner, walk down to Possibilities. I mean, if you park in one of those spots, sort of facing Mr. Shop, you're a 30-second walk to get to Possibilities or another restaurant, so it's not bad.
I know the city needs to be able to pay for these garages, but they also don't need to make money on them either. They shouldn't be profit centers necessarily. I think it should just be a break.
They should pay for themselves.
Yeah, break-even proposition should probably be the goal.
Yeah, of course, we'd love to know what everybody thinks. Should they go private? Should the city still, keep running some of these parking garages? Let us know what you think on our Facebook page tonight. Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome.
Of course, we always appreciate you commenting. Twitter is another great way to get us too, @CNY Central.